Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing? Hopefully you had a good night's rest. Today we're going to finish off our algebra booklet with adding and subtracting algebraic fractions. So back in year 7, remember when we added fractions, say 1/2 with 3/7? To add or subtract fractions, we needed to have the same denominator. So the lowest common multiple of 2 and 7 is 14, so I times the half by 7 top and bottom, and then I times 3/7 top and bottom by 2, so that I end up getting 7 plus 6 all over the common denominator of 14. So 7 plus 6 is 13 over 14, and then we check, can our final answer 13 over 14 be simplified? If so, do so. If not, then leave it alone. So it's very similar with algebraic fractions. So step 1, make sure you have a common denominator first. So it involves multiplying top and bottom by some factor. Step 2, make sure you factorize and simplify your final answer. So let's do example 14. Example 14 says, part A, simplify this fraction. So 5 over x plus 4 plus 2 over x minus 3. So step 1, we need to have the same denominator. So on the left we have a denominator of x plus 4. On the right we have a denominator of x minus 3. So the easiest way is to multiply both top and bottom by the other denominator. So I'm going to multiply the top numerator 5 by x minus 3. Now, because we're dealing with algebra and there's more than two or more terms, make sure you always put brackets around what you are multiplying by. So we need to multiply by, in brackets, x minus 3. On the other fraction, we need to multiply in brackets x plus 4, which is the denominator, and put brackets around anything which has two or more terms, times x plus 4 in brackets. So what does that get us? Well, that gets us 5 outside of x minus 3 over x plus 4, x minus 3, plus 2 outside of x plus 4, x minus 3, x plus 4. Now, because the denominators are the same, we can put it over one whole common denominator of x plus 4 times, in brackets, x minus 3. On the top, we can expand our brackets. So 5 times x gives you 5x. 5 times minus 3 gives you negative 15, plus 2x plus 8. Simplify the numerator. So 5 plus 2x gives you 7x. Negative 15 plus 8 gives you negative 7. X plus 4, x minus 3 on the bottom. Check, can you factorize and simplify any numerator or denominator? Well, yes, we can factorize. On the top, put out a 7. So we get 7 outside of x plus 1 all over x plus 4 times x minus 3 on the denominator. And then check, are there anything else we can cancel out in common because we're multiplying? No, and that's it. Part B. It says we need to simplify 9 over 3x plus 2 squared minus 4 over 3x plus 2. So first look for common denominators. So on the left we have 3x plus 2 all squared, which is the same as 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2. Whereas on the right hand side we've only got one lot of 3x plus 2. So all we need to do to make common denominators is, on the left we're going to multiply by 1, and on the right we're going to multiply by 3x plus 2. Make sure you put brackets around what you're multiplying because you've got two or more terms. And then, so to make the denominator on the second fraction, 3x plus 2 squared, we need to multiply by 3x plus 2. So simplifying, because the denominator is the same, so we can put it all over a common denominator of 3x plus 2 all squared. on the top we have 9 minus 4 outside of 3x plus 2. Expand the top. So 9, remember, be careful of the negative sign here, the minus 4. So you have a negative 12x minus 8 all over 3x plus 2 squared. Keep simplifying. So you have negative 12x, 9 minus 8 is a positive 1, 3x plus 2 all squared. Check, can you factorize anything in the top? No. Can you factorize anything on the bottom? No. Do we have products of factors so we can cancel top and bottom? No. So that's it, we're done for B. And finally, let's look at C. So we have 3 outside of x plus 1 squared minus 4 minus 2 over x squared plus 6x plus 9. So you'll see that the denominators can be factorized. So let's factorize it first in terms of product of factors so that we can multiply top and bottom by a common factor so you get the same denominator. So here on the first fraction, this is in the form of a squared minus b squared. So we can factorize it into a plus b, a minus b. So let's do the first fraction first. So 3 over a is x plus 1 plus b is 2 because 2 squared is 4 times a x plus 1 minus b, which is 2. We're going to take away 2 over. Well, down here it's a quadratic, so let's do a little side calc. A, so we consider x squared plus 6x plus 9. A is 1, b is 6, c is 9. So a little plus b times ac table. B is 6. 1 times 9 is 9. So I'm thinking of two numbers that add to be 9. Sorry, that add to be 6 but multiply to be 9. So positive 3, positive 3. So back down in the fraction we have x plus 3 bracket times x plus 3. So let's simplify the denominator of the first fraction. So we have x plus 3, x minus 1, minus 2 over x plus 3 times x plus 3. Now let's multiply by common factors to get the same denominator. So on the right hand fraction, we have x plus 3 times x plus 3. So what is the first fraction denominator missing? Well, it's missing one lot of the x plus 3's. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by what I am missing, which is one lot of the x plus 3's. Comparing the second fraction denominator with the first one, I've got an x plus 3, they've got an x plus 3. What is it missing? An x minus 1. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x minus 1. Don't forget your brackets because it's got 2 or more terms. So let's multiply it out. The common denominator is x plus 3 squared times x minus 1 because we've got 2 lots of x plus 3 and then we're multiplying by x minus 1. On the top we have 3 outside of x plus 3 minus 2 outside of x minus 1. Let's simplify or expand the brackets of the top numerator so the bottom stays the same. Expanding the top we have 3x plus 9 minus 2x plus 2 because negative is a positive. Keep simplifying. So 3x minus 2x gives us a 1x on top. So we have x. 9 plus 2 is 11. And then denominator is x plus 3 squared times x minus 1 in brackets. So self-check, can you factorize the numerator anymore? No. Can you factorize the denominator? Well, it's already factorized into product of factors. Are there anything in common in your factors top and bottom which you can cancel? In this case, no. So we'll leave it alone, and that's the final answer for part C.